The Leah Ashe and MeganPlays drama is one of the most insane situations I've ever seen online, and to think it has its genesis in the Roblox gaming community is truly baffling to me. Like, this is some pretty hardcore relationship drama, and I'm sure most of you are already somewhat aware of it. I'm actually a complete newcomer to this, but I've looked into it, probably looked into it a bit more than necessary, in fact, and I'd love to go through it with all of you. But only right after you subscribe, of course, because if you do subscribe, you'll get a pie. Here's my pie. It can be all yours if you just subscribe to the channel. It'll teleport to the nearest plate. This here is Leah Ashe. She is a YouTuber and a streamer. She streams on Twitch too. As you can see, she does mainly Roblox content, just like everyone involved in this situation. Got a very ominous and response video looking latest video, which predictably is the response to this whole thing that's going on here. This came very late though. Like, the whole cheating drama happened months ago at this point. And she's put this response video out now as like a, hey, I'm gonna come back to the internet and keep making content. Just, I need to lay the groundwork here first. But of course, we'll get to that when we get to that, because we need to go through this story in chronological order. Spoiler alert though, it is one of the most unhinged responses I've ever seen, but not for the reasons that you might be expecting. This here is MeganPlays. They're actually a smaller creator, but they're also a YouTuber and streamer. She also does primarily Roblox content, but it's not exclusively what she does. She's the girl who got cheated on with by her husband, with Leah Ashe, who was one of her best friends. I know, when I said this was insane, I meant it. In fact, the two of them were so close that they literally had a channel, like a joint channel together, called The Girls Club. It's not anywhere near as successful as, you know, their solo stuff, but still, they had a channel together. That's like a close bond right there. It's like, this would be like if Chewbacca fucked Leia. Be the ultimate betrayal. That's the level we're talking about here, man. And I guess in that hypothetical situation, this guy here, Zach, would be the Leia. His last upload was 7 years ago, so he's not really doing YouTube or streaming currently. He seems to be retired, I guess. His YouTube name is Aviator Gaming, which is such a throwback. She's pregnant and now we're having a baby. Newlyweds Minecraft Roleplay Episode 5 with what seems to be a thumbnail of him giving it to her from the back. That's certainly what it looks like, at least. It's tough to tell because Minecraft characters can't really emote properly. They don't have any fucking fingers or hands or anything along those lines. Which, for any cartoonists out there, hands are like notoriously very important for expression. The only thing that's sort of worrying me a little bit is how scared he looks of this entire situation. So that makes me believe maybe they're not, you know, shagging right there. He might just be giving her some sort of broke boyfriend hug. She doesn't look nearly as scared in that picture. It's like she's the one doing all the fucking work. She's having the baby. Why are you so scared? You know what? Let's take a wee detour and stop looking at the cheating drama and just go through this entire fucking series. Why don't we?
I'm pregnant, duh.
How can you be pregnant?
I think you know how.
Kidding. I wouldn't do that to you. So let's move on. Let's move on right to the cheating drama, where, as you can see, this is Zach right here. It's fucking loud, isn't it? This is Zach, and you can look at his face. He looks nowhere near as scared as his wee Minecraft sort of character. He actually looks quite comfortable cheating on his literal wife with her best friend. Maybe not best friend. I don't like when people overstate the connections of two people just to make something seem worse, but they were pals. Okay, they're not doing anything like too graphic in this video, but they were doing enough to like, they're obviously, it's cheating, obviously. And they're in public on a bench in Disneyland. They're obviously doing a lot more behind the scenes when they're in private, for sure. Naz, the music here is copyrighted though, so replace it with something like cheating adjacent. But it also has to be royalty free. I don't know, this is quite a tough job, but I'm counting on you. I'm a little ill, by the way, so if I'm like sneezing or my voice sounds like shit, that's why. Okay, so now we're at a point where Megan's husband has cheated on her with Leia, who they collaborated on a channel with and is a very good friend of hers. Already fucking insane internet drama. Like, this is unhinged. For a Roblox, like, this is crazy. Megan made a video response to address the situation and announce a divorce after the cheating was, I guess, exposed.
Debating on making this video because I do not know what I do and don't want to say. It's been a crazy time, as we all know. First of all, I've lost my voice. It's a little froggy. I went out this weekend. I don't know if it had to do with that. Like, I was doing some wedding festivities and now my voice is froggy. It's like kind of disappearing. Second of all, yes, I had a very public relationship, a very public marriage, and a very public life. And now that life is different. I am getting a divorce. I am single momming it. I am alone for the first time in a long time. And I am working really hard to adjust to my brand new life, like this new transit of waking up alone, coming home alone.
She seems to be taking it like a fucking champ, to be fair. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm sure she's grieved privately, but it definitely takes a lot of strength to get on camera and talk about something that was undoubtedly incredibly traumatic in this manner. You got top comment here, she's so unbothered, with a crying laughing emoji. I disagree completely. She's just putting on a strong sort of front for the camera. You can't, like, your husband can't cheat on you with a good friend of yours and you, like, be completely unbothered about it. That would get to anyone. Like, she's saying that she's got a froggy voice or whatever because she's been out partying and shit. I think it possibly, not to like pry or anything, but possibly it could be because she's been crying so much. So got a comment here, she could have sued Leah for alienation of affection. Holy shit, her name's actually Leah as well. I swear to God, that Chewbacca joke was not, that I didn't take those things into consideration. Can you sue someone because they cheated on you? Is that a thing? Again, Americans just sue for everything. Alienation of affection, let me look that up. Alienation of affection is a rare civil lawsuit where a spouse sues a third party for destroying their marriage. This would never work though, because Zach was complicit in the cheating, so you can't sue them over it. And also, most US states have abolished the rule, but a few places like North Carolina still allow it. It's definitely not a thing in the UK, for sure. But again, you guys have lawsuits in your fucking blood, so it doesn't really surprise me. Again, though, it wouldn't work here because Zach was complicit. Like, Zach, it's one of them things where both of them have reason to be fucking hated by this girl, Megan. I always find it quite cringe if people are caught cheating and then, like, the other party, the third party who has nothing to do with it and didn't know they were in a relationship is, like, hated by the one who got cheated on. It's like, it's not their, like, think rationally for a second here. It's not their fault, is it? It's your partner's fault. There's no case for a lawsuit here. Like, whatever, we'll move on.
Having anybody to just like talk with on the couch at night, just being alone. And so I figured with that, I think I'd like to start trying to connect with you guys more, come back to social media more. I kind of took a step back when I was focusing on like raising my daughter, which I am still very focused on that. Do not get me wrong. I just don't show her face. So it's kind of hard to like balance both of those aspects. So I'm still very, very focused on that, but I do have more free time because I'm not hanging out with anybody. So I think it'd be fun to kind of come on here and do more vlogs and just get more connected online. I do want to say thank you guys so much for all the love and support that you've shown me during this very difficult transit in my life. Like, it's no secret that this has been very life-changing, honestly. It's been really hard. I'm not gonna lie, and I don't want to get into it because I will cry. No biggie. No biggie. We're good. We're fine. We're fine. Rejection is redirection. The universe removes what does not serve you anymore. And I do believe that there are really good things coming for me. And I have to believe that because I have to believe that there is a world where I will be happier than I was last month. I have to believe that, or else what's the point? You know? So thank you guys for all the love, the support, the kind words, like rallying around me during this like just insane time. Thank you to my friends and family who have reached out and showed up in ways that I literally did not even think were possible. I so much appreciate it. But yeah, come along with me on the journey of rediscovering myself, my new life, and what I'm gonna do on the day-to-day, because I'm honestly not really sure who I am without the two people that I've spent so long next to.
Look at this. I've just seen the weirdest comment. So she hates Leia with a question mark, obviously. What is this question? Like, this is one of the dumbest questions I think I've ever heard in my life. No, you know what? Actually, I think she loves Leia after all this. I think Leia's really taught her a valuable lesson about life and is a very good friend of hers after all this. There's nothing that brings two people closer together than when they're literally involved in an affair with your husband. Like, are people that invested in their friendship that they just refuse to believe that you can harbor any sort of resentment towards your best friend who fucking got with your husband? Like, what are we talking about here?
So I feel like I'm in a complete rebuilding era, and it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fine, and I am...
Oh, actually, no. One thing I should mention, because I've not mentioned it yet. Leia and Zach are, like, dating now. They're still together. This wasn't like a one-off, they fucked once or they kissed at Disney. No, they're like in an actual relationship now. Not that the former would be like okay or not traumatizing, but it's just an extra sort of fuck you to the piss cake.
To what the universe has in store for me. So if you want to follow along, great. If you don't, peace. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. No worries. But yeah, I think that's all I had to say. I don't want to address too many things that I just like, they're just dwelling on the past. I don't really want to do that. So let's move forward.
And move forward she did, kind of. She talks a bit more about the cheating and like the situation a little after this, which she's well within her rights to do, by the way. Like, this is her showing some texts that Zach sent her before she caught them. I don't know if she caught them or if she found out the way that everyone else did through like a leaked video that someone put out of them kissing at Disneyland.
Are gonna be okay?
Everything looks real good. Hypothetically, if you had one last thing to say to your family, what would it be?
What?
These texts were sent a couple hours before I found them. And then there's someone saying she walked in on them? That sounds crazy. You're so humble, I would beat Leah up. I guess fair. Like, that's like, I feel like if your best friend does that to you, I feel as though having that desire isn't completely unreasonable, to be honest. I can't read. Okay, Dankyjabo's gonna have to make a return. I feel like I should join the convo. The Aries full moon of letting go is in my 11th house of social circles and community, so I'm paranoid. And it's in your 7th house of committed relationships and marriage, so I'm kinda tweaking. I'm going to let y'all talk as long as you need to, but hearing you say you guys are talking through your feelings and y'all's part has me stressed. If it's about y'all having deeper feelings for each other and walking away, and then she blanked out the rest. To which Zach says, everything is okay, I promise, we're wrapping up, this was very needed. It's kind of rude and twisted, honestly, though, and then he says, where are you? So I guess she had the intuition that Zach was cheating on her because of some astrology bullshit. Text sent 2 hours before disaster. If astrology isn't real, then, and then 3 question marks. Okay, I obviously think astrology is bullshit. The thing is, if you believe in astrology, does that not, like, divert responsibility away from him? Like, the way that she's phrasing it here, it's like, can you really be mad at Zach if you believe the reason he cheated is because of astrology? Because doesn't that, like, imply that he had no control over it? Or am I being uneducated here? Am I being super ignorant? Either way, I don't agree with it because I think Zach should be blamed and his astrology or star sign or 11th fucking rising moon sun thing has nothing to do with the reason as to why he cheated. I think he cheated because he's an arsehole, and I think Leah also was involved because she's an arsehole. And I think he's an arsehole of his own volition, not because someone decided to cook spaghetti on the moon that day. Or whatever astrology people believe, I'm not sure. No disrespect to anyone who thinks that it's like fun or gets into it or whatever, I just cannot, it's just not my thing at all. And again, to make it worse, they have a kid. I forgot that as well, it just gets worse and worse. They have a fucking daughter together. And for him to say everything is okay, I promise, we're wrapping up, this was very needed, holy shit. And they're probably just, oh man, that's so bad, that's so bad. Yeah, I mean, her intuition must have been fucking screaming at her at this point. I could not imagine being her in that moment. That'd be horrible. There's also some deleted videos here that she's made talking about the situation and how long Leah had feelings for Zach and stuff.
So if you are invested in what happened, there is new info here. And it's still not all of it. When people say, why are we hating Leah so much and not Zach? One, Zach is a dumbass. Yes. And every time I see him, I remind him. I remind him how stupid he is. I remind him how selfish he is. I give it to him every single time I see him. Leah, on the other hand, I don't get to see her. Not only that, Zach is dumb. Leah is manipulative and conniving.
This is really interesting. I wasn't expecting this kind of response from her. Sort of leaving, sort of like, I guess really kind of diverting responsibility away from Zach. Oh, he's just a dumbass. He didn't know any better. He's just a fucking idiot. Sort of like a selfish, lustful, obsessed idiot. Big fucking dumbass loser, I guess. Whereas Leah is the like malicious, conniving, manipulative one who was out to get people here. I don't know if I'd be so charitable towards Zach. Although I will say, like, obviously she was married to him. She knows him well. You know, as the father of her children. She still talks to him, obviously, because, you know, they don't want to separate for the kid's sake, I think. Which is good. I'm glad that the kid is being looked after. I definitely hope the kid's being looked after. And I hope that they are, you know, cordial. They're obviously not going to be best friends, but I hope they're cordial enough to take care of the kid in the way that they need to. I don't blame her at all for not wanting to see Leah, though. Like, that's rational.
Let me tell you how long she's had eyes for my husband. Let me tell you. It was the first VidCon that we hung out. Before she even moved to Dallas, she knew she liked my husband. That was like 2023. 2023. When she found out I was pregnant, she was disappointed because she knew her and Zach would never happen. And I know Zach and Larry see this. He's like, oh, Zach, you betrayed me by telling this information. Wake the fuck up. Wake up. He betrayed his wife. He betrayed the wife and the mother of his child. The mother of his child who sacrificed her body, who nearly bled out during childbirth to be with your dumb ass. When I say I'm generationally crashing out, I mean it. Because what type of friend? I welcomed Leah into my life. I made her a part of my family. Because guess what?
That's fucking insane. Like, if she was into him for that long, they had a whole group channel together, they hung out countless times, they were best friends, and the entire time, she's got eyes on her fucking husband. You know how insane that is. I don't think you guys fucking understand how crazy that is. That's so crazy. I can't believe what I'm hearing right now. I know it sounds like I'm being all catty and coy and sarcastic or facetious here, but like, no, fuck, that's so mad. She's like a black belt homewrecker. That's fucked up.
She's a strange friend. I said, Leah, you don't deserve that. You're such a good person. I love you so much. Be in my family. Be my sister. Come to my holidays. I will make sure you feel loved, important, and supported. I will be your #1 cheerleader, and she knows all this shit. She knows I got a stocking made for her to hang on my staircase for the holidays. She knows I gave everything, all of my emotional support to make her feel important and included at every single event. She knows every time I was pitched for an opportunity, I threw her name in the ring. She never did that for me. No, she didn't know how. She didn't know how. She didn't know how to say, hey, if you need an advance, Megan might really like that. She didn't know how. 32-year-old woman or whatever. Didn't know how. There was a 2-week period where I found out that she and him had feelings for each other, and I tried to save my marriage before the physical cheating happened. And in that 2-week period, I said, I don't think you guys should be friends anymore, because this is getting weird.
God, I'm sat here and I'm really pondering, like, whose betrayal is worse? Because Zach is like an opportunist, right? He wasn't planning this all out from the beginning, but that doesn't make what he did good, obviously. But he sort of took the opportunity that was given to him without thinking properly, and now they've ended up in an actual relationship as well, so I guess they do like each other. But Leah's different because from the very it's almost as though Leah only became friends with Megan to get with Zach. Like, she was planning this out for years. But then obviously, ideally, you'd be closer to your husband than you would your best friend, so there's more responsibility on the husband who's, you know, fathering your kid to remain loyal. So maybe I don't know. Like, you know what? It's not productive to say what's the bigger betrayal, because both betrayals are bad enough to, like, warrant no sympathy for either one.
There was a 2-week period where I found out that she and him had feelings for each other, and I tried to save my marriage before the physical cheating happened. And in that 2-week period, I said, I don't think you guys should be friends anymore, because this is getting weird. In that 2-week period, she engaged in multiple attention-seeking behaviors to lure Zach in. She confessed her feelings first. She did not have to be here. Zach is a dumbass, yes. Leah was plotting. Oh, she's so good with clever. You want somebody like that around our daughter? Somebody who has the capacity to betray somebody who gave her everything? And the thing is Leah knows. She knows how territorial I was over Zach.
I don't even know if I'm not sure I'm a fan of calling Zach a dumbass and just sort of laying it down to that reason alone. I know so many fucking stupid people who are as loyal as a golden retriever. But being stupid or dumb or low IQ doesn't make you. Maybe it makes you more likely to cheat, mate, sure, but it doesn't, like, predispose you to being a cheater, like, 100% of the time. In fact, maybe sometimes smart people cheat more because they're, I don't know, they think they're clever enough to get away with it or some shit. I don't know, like, Zach is a dumbass, 100%, sure, but he's also a massive arsehole. Again, though, I hesitate to say things like that because she's the one who knows him, obviously. But it's just, again, curious. Or rewinding a bit, by the way, I think it would be a worse betrayal from the best friend if it was, like, a friend you knew before the relationship. Like, I'm thinking now, if I get in a relationship and it's like a monogamous one and I've got a pal from childhood, like a childhood best friend that I've done everything with, and my partner cheated on me with them, I'd be more mad at my pal than my partner. But if it was a friend that I made whilst I was in the relationship, I think I'd harbor more resentment towards my partner than them. Again, it's not entirely relevant to the discussion, but I'm just thinking about this now. It's like a nice, cute little thought experiment, I guess.
I said, I had this friend, hey Emma, if you're seeing this, and I was getting into arguments with Zach about some of the dynamic of me and his relationship. And I said, you know what? Nobody is worth me fighting with my husband over. Cut her out. I went to a Vegas trip in like July 2021. Maybe it was 2020. I don't remember. And we were with Albert. And Zach expressed some insecurities about my friendship with Albert. I said, no worries, babe. And Albert said something to me. And I said, I was so mean to him, and I regret it deeply. I've regretted it deeply since it happened because it's not who I am as a person. He said, I didn't know you had a twin. Why don't I know that? I looked at him and I said, we don't talk that much. Because I wanted to put a boundary in place to protect my husband's feelings. And guess who didn't protect my feelings at all, ever? My husband, when I'm begging and pleading for 2 months because I'm seeing this from a mile away, please do not be in love with her. Why does it seem like you only care about what she wants to do, what she wants to eat, where she wants to go? Why do you only care? Oh, well, it's because you speak up for what you want to do and she doesn't speak up for herself. Oh, and you want to be with a bitch that doesn't speak up for herself. You want to be with a bitch who can't make a decision. Weak. Weak. Generational crash out, because I told her, I said, anybody who comes between me and Zach is dead. And she thinks I'm just going to be like, well, I guess they were in love. Yeah, that's why Zach is telling me things like, yeah, I'm going to regret this for the rest of my life. Whoopsie daisy. Because he knows it's too late. He knows he can't come back. He's saying I said, you think you were dealing with somebody who struggled with mental health when you were with me and then you went to the mental health final boss? And he said, this was February 1st. He said, well, you know, she was like doing everything by herself. So I thought that she was like, And he complained, I just feel like I'm doing things alone.
This is fucking insane how many people are commenting she can sue her for ending their marriage. No, she can't. She can't do that. Because it's not like he was forced into it. You have to prove there's genuine love between the two people and stuff. He is a fucking idiot who was complicit in the cheating. You cannot sue someone over that. And if you can, you shouldn't be able to. Well, you should be able to. You can sue anyone at any time for anything. Sure. I don't think that's a lawsuit that would be good if you could win it. The government already has enough control over our personal lives. I don't think making cheating any less legal than it already is would be productive in any way, shape, or form. Especially because the lines for what can be considered cheating legally are so blurry. Cheating is a horrible thing to do, and it can be used in custody cases and stuff like that. Like, there is ways to punish people legally for it, but to straight up outlaw the act, I think is unhinged. Like, I would legitimately have less respect for someone who thinks who thinks that making cheating illegal is a good idea. I've said this before on Shepherd Boy, where I upload all my live stream clips. You should all go subscribe to it. I said that I would rather all of my friends be serial cheaters than have one friend who thinks that cheating should be illegal, because I wouldn't want to be friends with anyone that dumb. Obviously, it's a little bit hyperbolic, but I think it gets across just how stupid I think the idea that cheating should be illegal is, especially because adultery has been illegal at different points in history, and it's only ever affected women negatively. Ever heard any stories about men being stoned to death because they cheated on their wives, but there are plenty that go the other way around?
To find out that she was engaging in manipulative behaviors to reel my husband in. September 28th, Zach is texting me. Leah's being really weird. I said, no, she's actually being really great. She's really happy. She's showing two different identities to get what she wants. What type of person, what type of friend does this? And that is why I will drag her names to the depths of hell. That is why I will knock it off of her neck until she's off the internet. And unfortunately for her, she signed a bad contract because she's a bitch who doesn't know how to read. And she used to upload indefinitely, every day. And until she uses some of her money to get out of that contract, I will be on her neck. And every day that Zach and Leah stand on this decision and they stay in this, tells me that Zach supports that behavior, Zach supports that manipulation. And it tells me she's okay with being the girl who ruined a happy life, happy marriage. Zach's telling me, I was 100% happy with you, I just thought I could be a little bit happier over there.
Again, though, I feel a bit odd about blaming Leah for, for ruining the relationship fully. Like, you have to pin some responsibility on Zach here. It's like, yeah, Leah snuck her way into your life like a fucking scoundrel weasel, but Zach is the one who cheated on you. And it wasn't just one impulsive, opportunistic, silly decision. They're literally in a relationship now. Like, this is a continuous chain of events. Like, he's thinking about this, which, fair enough, it doesn't seem as though the bloke does much thinking at all, but this seems to be like a rare case where he's actually thinking consciously, I want to remain in this relationship because I like her, despite already having been in a marriage with my wife and child.
I'm saying he could be. I knew them both to their core. Generational crash out. And she thought on her birthday. I'm not gonna say it.
Oh, don't even say it, man. There's no way. Does she message Megan on her birthday or something? No shot. There's no way.
Consider, hold on, I need a second. I missed my daughter's first steps. Do you know that? I missed my daughter's first steps.
She skipped past the story. I don't think she wanted to say it. If that's where it was going, fuck me. Jesus. No, oh man, I don't even know what I'd say to that.
They took Clover to gymnastics today. What are the odds that they went together and they both got to be like, yay! While I'm here alone, waking up alone, going to sleep alone, crashing out alone. Oh, Megan's not very much your higher self. No, it's not. And guess what? I'm the only one in therapy. I'm the only one working on this. Leah, she stopped going to therapy after she got what she wanted. She was like, actually, I'm perfect. Actually, I'm happy now. Woohoo! No, bitch, you're sick. Generational crash out. Will I regret it later? Yeah, probably. Does it need to be said? Yes. I will never let up on her. Ever. Ever.
And she definitely did regret it later. She deleted this whole crash out video here. But of course, she must have known that people would re-upload it. Maybe a silly impulsive decision on her part, but I don't think she said anything necessarily wrong. I think this is a valid crash out. There's also some comments that Megan has made regarding some details between Leah and Zach too. These are mainly via TikTok comments of people like asking questions and stuff. Don't worry, we're of course building up to, to Leah's big apology, response video, whatever you want to call it, gargoyle video. His ink is pretty sick, by the way. I want to get a tattoo. I think I will do at some point. Either late this year, early next year. I don't know, man, but I really want one. This is her saying that she can't share her perspective in regards to how she found out and stuff because of some behind-the-scenes business entanglements. People are speculating that it's the divorce process, to which Megan says no, it's actually Wonderworks, which I guess is some sort of company that they work for. Therapy, journaling, realizing he didn't pick me and had a crush on her for years. It shattered my reality and view of him. It made it easier to detach. Some other really horrible things happened after I found out that I haven't and won't share, but it was very clear neither of them cared about my humanity or feelings, so I just had to wake up and realize only I can help myself. I don't know it's hard, but I don't even look back on our wedding fondly. Every perception I have was shattered. The Zach I loved doesn't exist. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, if you break up amicably with someone, then you can still have good memories with them. Like, you look back on all the things you did together and you go, oh, you know, it's not a be sad it's over, it's a smile because it happened type thing. Like, we still had a great time. She's cool, I'm cool, it was fucking brilliant. We had that was like a great trip we went on, or that's like a great moment in my life, or something that I'll never forget type thing. But if they cheat on you, or abuse you, or there's like something horrible that happens there, then you can't look on those memories fondly anymore. Like, those memories are sort of tainted by the horrible thing that they've done, because you don't see them in the same light anymore. So it's like, I can't enjoy that trip. I can't look back on that trip and enjoy it, because the person I was enjoying it with isn't the person that I thought they were. I actually have only told maybe 20% of the story, she says. And then she says maybe one day she'll come out with a story about how she actually found out they were cheating. I really need to tell everything, but I just have to not, because there are consequences to me and Clover if I do. Not by threat of anyone and not physical safety. Zach's works and company still massively benefits me and Clover, so I just can't share everything. But the throuple comment happened. Then there was a 2-week period where I tried to save my marriage. If we go back to my generational crash out, but it was futile, I already knew it was over. As someone who watched Zach's content when I was younger, him being like this is not surprising at all. Really? Now I'm curious what Zach's content's like. He seems very verbally abusive and narcissistic. Does anyone remember when he did that abuse prank with his ex-wife? I've got to find this fucking video. What? What is that? Aviator Gaming. Hell yeah, what a cool guy. What is this? You have STDs prank.
So I decided to let him do this week's prank, but I'm going to challenge him to a prank war next week, a 2-person prank. If we get 5,000 likes on this video, so like the video, leave a comment down below what we should do for the prank, and enjoy the prank. It's an epic doozy.
How did this guy cheat on Megan? What did Leah, how can Leah, I don't know if this is like a rude or inappropriate comment to make, but how do you enter a friendship with someone who this is their husband and you're falling in love? Like, oh my god, this guy's just, I'm falling head over heels with him. This is fucking insane. Like, he's just so admirable. I'm just so curious what it is about this guy that had Leah so enamored with him.
Guys, there's a great new show coming to Upwave on HLN. It's called Cook Your Ass Off, with chefs competing to...
Why is he talking like that? What's he doing? What is he doing? This is so funny. What?
Hey, we eat. Check this out.
This is Cook Your Ass Off.
I don't care about Cook Your Ass Off. I want to see the STDs. Why is it in Minecraft? It's Minecraft. This isn't a real prank. It's Minecraft. It's 2 fucking Minecraft characters chatting to each other about STDs. Is that what this fucking is? There's no way.
Okay. Well, actually, that is a crime. I'm glad I called. We'll have to get back to that. But first, I just want to make sure, are you guys practicing safe sex? Are you looking to start a family? Or is there any chance that you've been infected in any way?
This is the worst thing that Zach has ever done in his life. This is worse than the fucking cheating. Yo, it's better to be a cheater than to be cringe, in my opinion. You know what? We're not gonna watch the rest of Aviator Max's prank. I think I don't want to see the rest. I don't want to do like a deep dive to his fucking channel and see when he sort of comes across as a little odd. But if you guys can point me towards the right direction, then feel free. Could be a good Shepherd Boy video, maybe. Okay, we're almost at the big response now. This is like right before Leia decides to respond. Just more more pictures of Leah and Zach being spotted again. So funny, like she literally is saying, I need views again. So in her mind was it like, oh shit, the channel's taking a bit of a crash right now. Maybe I'll just talk about the cheating drama a little bit more. Which, by the way, like, I don't even have any, that's fine. Do your fucking thing. You got cheated on by Zach and Leah. If you want to exploit that situation for views, then fucking do it. Like, do your whatever you feel as though you want to do regarding that situation, you have complete right to do. If she makes it to 100, I would expect her to keep dragging on this story. It wouldn't be a problem in my mind ever. Okay, now, the moment that we've all been waiting for, the greatest goddamn response video in the whole diddly damn world. Now, my favorite thing about this response video is the pinned comment, but we'll get to that afterwards.
I have written down a few notes to help me stay on track and make sure that I'm acknowledging everything that I want to, that I think is important for me to acknowledge. So if you see me looking off, I'm just reading the notes that I've taken. I'm sure that me sitting down and making this video after I've said absolutely nothing about the situation and have been silent for so long feels really strange and weird. My intentions of making this video are not to win back any public favor or positively change your opinion of me in any way. Whether you've watched my videos for years or you only know of me.
I actually kind of believe her there, by the way. I don't think that she's trying to change anyone's minds here. I think she knows that that ship has sailed. I do kind of believe her. What I think this video is I'm going to make a return to the internet, so let me just make this video first so that people aren't shocked by my return, if that makes sense. I don't know if she thinks that if she makes this video first, people are just going to sort of accept it, move past it, and not give her an insane amount of shit when she comes back with like regular Roblox content, which they absolutely will, by the way. But this is meant to be like a soft launch, I guess. Like, hey, I'm coming back, don't be shocked by it. And although she isn't expecting people to sort of change their minds and like her now, I think she's hoping for it.
I believe you deserve to hear me acknowledge it directly. If you're unaware of the situation in October...
We don't deserve shit, by the way. Like, there's nothing... You don't owe us anything. The person here that's been fucked over is Megan. This is it. This is the thing. I'm like, maybe you are trying to swing people towards your side, though, because why would you be glazing the audience like this? Like, I've done you a disservice, and you guys deserve for me to tell you the truth. It's like, no, this isn't about us. We weren't the ones who got fucking cheated on. Don't try and, like, win retribution through the audience.
If you're unaware of the situation in October of last year, I deeply betrayed Megan's trust and hurt her. I crossed a line that can never be uncrossed. My decisions...
It's not even true, by the way, because apparently, like, you betrayed her from 2023 when you first met her, or whenever that fucking VidCon was. Like, you've been betraying her from the moment you saw her, apparently. October 2025, that was just, like, the catharsis.
Inconsiderate, disgusting, horrible, and vile. Although I do regret how I navigated through that situation, it doesn't repair the damage that I've caused or change what I did. I am so sorry to Megan and to everyone that I've hurt because of what I did. She never ever deserved to get hurt, and it's horrible. I know that there's nothing I can do or say to relieve any pain for her. I do want to publicly apologize to Megan and everybody I hurt due to what I did. And if given the opportunity, I would love to directly apologize to Megan because a public apology is not enough. She deserves a lot more than that.
There's not really much you can do, though. Like, it really isn't anything you can do. I don't think Megan wants anything to do with you, not to speak for her. We'll get to Megan's response after this, of course, but I'd be willing to bet that Megan don't want to hear shit from you ever. There's no apology you could possibly give that makes this okay or makes her resentment towards you any less warranted.
There's been a lot of things said online, so I just quickly want to run through a couple things and clear them up. I know there's a lot of rumors regarding Zach and I's relationship and why I'm still in the relationship, but I want to assure you guys that I am choosing to be in this relationship and I'm not trapped. I know that hearing that is extremely hard to stomach, but that's the truth.
Why is it hard to stomach that you're not being fucking abused by Zach? Surely that's I mean, in a fucked up way, that's like a good thing. That's like the ideal situation after a very unideal situation is that you're in like a consensual relationship and no one's being fucking abused. I think it would be harder to stomach if you came out and said that you are being forced into this and are unconsensually in a relationship with the guy. I don't know, just a bit of weird verbiage there, but whatever, I guess.
I did not sell all of my belongings. I didn't sell my medication keepsakes and journals, my personal journals. What you saw in those photos were a combination of Zach and I's possessions as we were still actively living there, and not everything in those photos were for sale. I know it doesn't feel like I've said a lot in this video at all, and that's because there's not a lot I can say. What I did was horrible and it hurt a lot of people. I feel like getting any deeper into this situation or explaining how things transpired is not up to me and should not be up to me. I know a lot of you were very disappointed in what I did. I completely understand, and I don't expect you to see me any differently after this video because it doesn't change what I did. I removed all of the filters on my comment section that were there before. I don't want to block or delete anybody who is expressing the way they feel about what I did. The purpose of this video is to take accountability, address the situation, and move forward. I don't want you to be shocked or surprised when you see me coming back to making content. It's something I genuinely love doing.
Yeah, and I think that's the sort of main reason behind this response video is because she doesn't want people to be shocked or surprised when she comes back to content. And she's hoping that if she makes this video first, she can sort of mellow out the soup a little bit. Sort of it's like a roll, it's like boiling. It's like, oh, fucking so much starch in it. It's literally going over the pot and overflowing, destroying the whole fucking kitchen. She thinks that by putting this video out, she's reducing it to maybe a light simmer.
And I do not expect anybody to support me at all. And I do not expect anything to go back to the way it was. I'm sure that didn't answer all of your questions, but thank you for taking the time to watch this video.
You're welcome, Leah. Anyway, my favorite part of this video is the pinned comment. I know my hair looks very red in this video, but I can assure you it isn't red at all. It's brown and blonde, and it's only going to get more and more blonde with a couple of additional treatments. The warm lighting and pink items in my room really make it look red. I just shared a photo on my Instagram story to show what it looks like in normal lighting. I love this pinned comment. I love it so much because I don't know what the mentality was behind it. I don't know what she expected from it. I don't know if, like, this is her genuine concern with this video that she's just fucking put out. Like, what are you doing? Why is this the thing that you've decided to, concern yourself with about your fucking response video to ruining this married woman's life who you're, like, best pals with? No one gives a fuck. No one's left your video thinking, damn, her hair looks pretty goddamn red. I wasn't expecting that. I really wonder if it's actually just blonde with brown stripes or whatever. You know what? After watching this video, in all honesty, all I can hope for is that her hair gets progressively more blonde with a few more treatments. I will say though, it is funny, if her hair is actually brown and blonde or whatever, but it looks red here, it's almost as though her hair is just as brittle and untrustworthy as her as a person and friend. So yeah, it's a shitty apology, but I mean, in all honesty, it's impossible to make a good apology about this situation. It's impossible. So I'm not even, well, I am criticizing her for making a shitty apology, I guess, but it's just funny. Like, it's one of them ones where I don't really know what to say because I mean, it really is true. There is no way to make a good apology in a situation like this. If you are Leah Ashe, if you were put in this position, fucking Alexander Hamilton couldn't have wrote a good apology to this shit. In fact, he basically did with the Reynolds pamphlet. This is like Leah Ashe's Reynolds pamphlet. We all know how that went for him. Can you tell I just watched Hamilton for the first time, like, a few days ago? I loved it, by the way, for anyone wondering. Now, Megan has responded in a video titled, "Here's the attention you ordered." We're not going to watch the whole thing, but I've got like a sort of clipped up version here that we're going to have a look at, or just the most important bits.
My ex-best friend came back to the internet, Leah Ashe, after home-wrecking my marriage with my husband, who is as equally responsible as she is. These actions have caused me to lose half the time with my daughter. I missed her first steps, as we know, my home, and most recently, my insurance. So I can't even go see my therapist anymore because it's too expensive and I can't afford it. They want me to come on the internet. They want me to scream, yell, release the videos, release the recordings, do everything, and just let it blow over so that Leah can come back and make money. It's Leah's God-given right, I guess, to make content if she wants. But that doesn't make her a good person. It doesn't make her anybody that I think anyone should support. People say I'm dragging it, but I cannot express enough how badly I want it all to end. And when I mean it all, I mean it all. I struggle every single day. I fight every single day to stay alive. And I know I make a lot of jokes, and that is not one of them. People want me to move on, and I can't because this does not move on from me. It stays in my life until she disappears. And that is the only real accountability I feel like she can do me at this point. And leave my daughter alone and make sure I don't have to live my life parallel to her. Now, I know that people are like, oh, she's only apologizing a year after it happened. And I told my ex, you should have Leah sign an NDA because when you guys break up, because you eventually will, she's going to come on the internet and she's going to say that you manipulated her and you made her think that this was going to work. And I have something to say about that later. And so the line of, I'm not trapped in this relationship, I think was a line inserted by Zach to make sure she couldn't do that in the future. I met Leah in 2016 through her ex and my ex, who I was not dating at the time.
2016, you know, I thought it was 2023. That's mad. She's been plotting. Oh my God.
I met Leah in 2016 through her ex and my ex, who I was not dating at the time.
Oh, so she did know Leah before she started dating Zach. Unless she means Zach there when he talks about her. Well, before she started dating Zach, she had met Leah and they were pals. So yeah, that definitely means the betrayal is definitely like they could be on the same level there for sure. I understand it a lot more now.
And I remember my very first impression of her, though I've never told her this because it's rude. I always felt she didn't have her own opinions. We were talking and I was like, I like the weekend. She was like, me too. I was like, I don't like some of this though. She's like, yeah, me either. There was 3 or 4 instances in the conversation where she would just mirror my opinion, even if it completely contradicted what I just said. Leah is a covert narcissist.
I hate when people do that, by the way. It's like the Asda or the Target of conversation, where you get like the TVs next to the chocolate cakes and stuff, and there's just someone changing their personality based on what you want. I don't know, it annoys me. Get the TVs in the TV section and the chocolate cake and they should be 2 different sections. I don't want too much shit in one pan. Anyway, right in there with the covert narcissist allegation. I don't know if she's genuinely trying to like diagnose her or saying that like, I don't know, she has these traits or whatever, but we'll hear her out.
And she will play victim to get out of accountability. I've seen her do it multiple times. Oh, Leah's so nice. She's so sweet. She doesn't deserve this. Like, look at her. She feels so bad. Leah only cares about the image of herself as opposed to how her actions affect others. That is why she is still with Zach. That is why she is still with my daughter. In 2016, me and Leah had a bit of a fallout, and I didn't know why. One day she unfollowed me on Twitter. I thought it was weird. I went to her YouTube, and for 2018 New Year's, this video is gone now, it's taken down. She posted a video titled Bye Felicia. And in that video, she indirectly referenced me. She made me seem like a villain in her story. I'm saying that very lightly because I don't exactly remember, but I do remember it hurt because I thought we were friends. That was really confusing to me. And since then, I had been trying to win Leah's approval back because for some reason I felt very deeply that her and I would get along and be friends. While trying to reach out to mend things, she thought my attempts were malicious and she rejected them, which is fair. I worked hard to try to repair me and Leah's friendship because I wanted her to come to me and Zach's wedding. I told her straight up, I really want you and her ex at the time to come to our wedding. I'm trying to fix this. And she basically said no. She said, no. Like, we're leaving it in the past and we're moving on from you guys. I said, okay. Later, I find out on my wedding night that she told people that she was not invited to my wedding. When I asked about that years later, she said, I didn't know what to say. I said, say that I invited you and you didn't feel comfortable.
Yeah, that's, oh man, it's these little things that add up and it's like, okay, yeah, she's just an unhinged, unpleasant person to be around. That's like some snaky shit right there, man. It's her wedding, it's her big day, and you're painting her out to be this massive arsehole. That's so horrible of you. Why can't you just say, I couldn't go for X reasons? Like, we're not really that close anymore, so I decided not to go. That's like a perfectly fine, if you just said, no one can really judge you for that. But like, she just could not bear to be the villain or seen in any like type of negative way in that story and would rather paint Megan to be this sort of vindictive arsehole.
When I came into the Royal High Space, she was immediately threatened. She put up Leah Ashe bear ears right after I released these. I don't want to elaborate on that. I don't need to. When I called her and asked her about it in 2019, I said, it feels like you did this on purpose. It feels like you did this to tell me to get off of your turf and stay out of your space. She was silent. And then she said, I didn't know what else to do. And people, they started attacking me. They said, she's copying Leah.
I know why she made the pinned comment now. It's because people think that she's copying Megan with the ginger hair or the red hair with the blonde streaks in it. She definitely made that pinned comment on her YouTube video to be like, no guys, don't worry, I'm actually not copying Megan. My hair is brown, not red. That makes, I don't know if that makes it better or worse, but it's fucking funny nonetheless.
In summer of 2020, there was a 2-month period where I would upload and she would directly upload like 5 minutes after me. I tested this. I did this on many different times, and she tried to bury me multiple times. And I didn't really understand why. Because at this point, I thought it was just because I liked the color pink. And you know what's funny about that? When we were in Proper Idiots together, I was like, we all have like color branding, you know, like Zach is yellow, Nathan is green, I'm pink. I mean, and you could be purple. I said, or you could be pink too, I don't care. But you could be purple. She's like, okay. Then later she adopts a pink personality. Fine, I'm not saying that's a copying me. I don't care. But then to turn around and act like I hadn't always been branding with pink was a little bit confusing to me. And then to tell people I'm stealing her identity. Now I know that was just a projection.
I'm gonna see these tweets here. Along with another girl in the community who has stolen my identity. Have I been cold and rude? Have I exposed people being terrible, money-hungry people? No, because karma always does its job. I'm done being kind to people who have done nothing but disrespect me and ruin my life. And Megan's claiming that these are sort of sly digs towards her, like sort of anonymous digs. Again, this is so unbelievably petty, but I can definitely understand how these little stories boil over in your mind, in your body for so long, and now you just have an excuse to splurge them out and let everyone know how much they've been fucking annoying you.
Near the end of our friendship, I caught Leah in a handful of lies. Lies that didn't make sense. We were supposed to go to the zoo, me, Zach, and my daughter, and she was like, I can't wait for the zoo. It's going to be so fun. Knowing that she already planned to not go. Why not just tell us you weren't going to go? There was a moment where she almost checked herself into inpatient before all this happened. And I do think that she should still go forward with that. Since homewrecking my marriage, she quit going to therapy because narcissists do not like to look at themselves in the mirror. They don't like to do the internal work. Leah is a deeply insecure, I have this written down, Leah is a deeply insecure individual, and I cannot imagine she will ever feel secure, as she has destroyed a family and will forever compare herself to the image of me.
It's weird. Usually I'm against like psychoanalysis to this extent of like, you are a covert narcissist, absolutely, but like it's different when you've known them for 10 years and shit. It's definitely more, maybe a little more acceptable. I'm not going to sit here and say that it absolutely is or isn't true. I'm going to be like, you know, I understand. I'll put it this way. I understand why you think that. And I'm not necessarily against her making these claims either. I'm not angered by this at all.
I wonder if Zach thinks about me still, or is in love with me still. And how could she not? I'm the mother to his child. We were together a long time, and he still sees me and talks to me all the time. In February, Zach kind of indirectly self-launched the idea that he made a mistake. He told me he would regret it forever. He told me he was still in love with me, and he told me that he was still attracted to me. And I let him know that we would never get back together. I told some of my friends and family that, and then Zach stopped telling me things, which makes sense. The love that Zach and I had, that doesn't die overnight, especially because he wasn't unhappy. We weren't fighting. We were intimate often. And we spent all of our time together on the couch laughing.
The day he cheated, he said he wanted to marry me again. He said he would spend the rest of his life making up what he did to hurt me. He said I was his one and only soulmate. Shit, man. That is like, that's just heavy. I've not even got like a joke to tell or a quip to make. That's heavy.
Zach and I held hands when we would fall asleep together every night. When she posted those 2 TikToks, it's because Zach and I had been together for 2 hours and she couldn't get a hold of him. I'm too lazy to insert the TikToks. Okay. So here they are.
Why is she teasing the straw is such a funny top comment, by the way. But this is such an insane TikTok to make when you're... Oh, man! What a horrible woman! What a horrible, like, fucking duo they make. They're almost perfect for each other, I guess. Shouldn't put my hands here. I'm covering the light. I've just clocked that. Bad idea, Jesse. Use this one. Emote with this hand.
What's really funny about this is when I was talking to Zach, because we were spending hours together and just digesting everything. And I said, she's actually really liking this, Zach. She got chosen, and that's exactly what she wanted. He was like, no, 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 she feels so bad. I go to leave. I see this in my car. I get out of my car. I'm like, wait, this is your girl? This is somebody who feels bad to you? He went home and was like, why did you do that?
You guys are assholes. Especially Kenny. I hate him the most.
What I liked about this one is people, she's never seen someone play the harmonica.
You know what? I was going to say that as well. That's not how fucking harmonica's played, you silly, you silly plank. That's not how it works. This is a flute or a recorder or some sort of other harmonica. No, what do you call them? The blowy instruments. What the fuck do you call them? They're not string. They're not... What the... Percussion? They're not percussion. What are they? They're not staccato. What the fuck are they? One sec. What are... blowy... instruments called? Wind instruments, that's the one.
September 23rd, 2025. Leah and I came home from Disneyland, and my husband was sending her text messages about his longing for her. She showed me those messages, and she was like, I'm confused. I start crying, and I start saying, this sounds like my husband's in love with you. Why else would he say this? I'm crying to her about how I believe my marriage is over. I cannot believe what's happening. I call Zach. I tell him, I don't know what's going on between you and Leah, but you need to figure it out. And he called Leah. Then he called me back. And he said, Leah and I have feelings for each other. And then Zach tried to convince me that maybe I could have more feelings for Leah than I already did. They wanted to be a throuple.
You know what? I did read the comment earlier where it was like, oh, there was a throuple comment. And I was like, oh, have I just not seen that? I'll ignore it because I don't want to comment on it if I don't know anything about it. But to see it here confirmed, it's like, for me, if I'm in a monogamous relationship with someone and they suggest the idea of like a threesome or a throuple or opening the relationship, not only is that a red flag to me, but that would be like that would be grounds to really question the relationship, in my opinion. Because that goes beyond just spicing it up because you're bored of the sex or some other bullshit. That's like something deeper going on here that's like you're not telling me about, if that makes sense. I don't know if you feel the same way, but that's certainly how I would feel.
The next morning, Leah came over. I did not think she was on board with this. So I start confiding to my best friend. Can you believe this? Like, can you believe that he has this idea that we could all be a throuple, blah, blah. And she's like, yeah, no, that's crazy. That's insane. That's no, no, no. I said, did you talk to my husband today? Or did you text my husband today? She said, no. Sometime later, I call Zach because the stories are not lining up. He's in Tokyo. That's why I called him. And he says, Leah, you were on board with this. You wanted to do this. And she was like, what? Huh? He was like, am I being gaslit right now? We talked for hours about this, about how we could all be together. Leah's like, I don't, not wanting to say that she did that. Editing note, the most despicable thing that she said that got back to me was she was telling Zach,
what the fuck is she editing on? What is this program here? I've never seen something like this before. Is this like Wondershare Filmora? What are we looking at right now? I know this shouldn't be the concern, but like, just use Premiere Pro or DaVinci or something. What is this? Am I just super amateur? I genuinely have no idea what this is.
Everyone's gonna be so jealous of you, two hot wives. And I want to be one of your girls. I looked at her, I said, you said you did not talk to my husband today. She said, you asked if I texted him. I was like, oh my God, get out of my house. Get out of my house right now.
That's so shit. I can't believe that, man. That's so bad. Did you talk to my husband today? And it's like, well, I haven't verbally opened my mouth to speak to. I've only sent them a message. So I'm going to say no on that one, actually. When you're using that kind of like logic and like what, and like Jenga tower fucking almost toppling over type logic to justify a decision or justify a lie, because it is a lie that you're telling to someone, you know you're done fucked up.
Tells me, no, we talked on the phone for hours about this. And how it's what she wanted. And I told her it could go wrong, but she didn't want to hear that. She said it was only going to work out in her favor, and she saw a butterfly, so it's perfect and it's going to work. Later, I'm talking to Leah again. And she says something along the lines of, I would have never crossed that boundary if I knew you weren't okay with it. Zach asked her, do you love me? And she said yes. And then after that, she said, I would have never crossed that line if I knew you weren't okay with it. You know, I would have never done this because my Grammy was cheated on. And it was the worst thing to happen in my life. So I would have never did that. She said, I feel like Zach manipulated me. he tricked me into saying this stuff. And then I went to Zach and I told him that. And he was like, oh my God, what? No, we talked for hours. She didn't want to hear it. She laughed when I caught them. I caught them cheating on me on the same beach that Zach proposed to me. The same beach my sister got married on. They both knew how important that place was to me.
Did they cheat that? Did they know that, like, there was a chance Megan walked in on them at that exact moment? Did they just, like, regularly go there because it's a great beach? Like, I struggle to believe in Zach's mind that there isn't some sort of, like, deep-rooted reason as to why he chose that beach of all places to be cheating on her with. Was it just a coincidence? Was it just, like, maybe they were there that one day and that was the day she happened to get caught? Either which way, though, to laugh as the reaction to being caught, like, there's some real demons in this girl's heart, man. Because I'm sure we've all done things that are bad or immoral at points in our lives, and especially when you get caught doing them, even if you don't, I don't know, like, even if it's your fault and you fucked up, you still feel bad about it. Like, there's this hot wash of shame in your stomach you get when, I don't know, you hurt a friend's feelings, for example. Like, it feels bad. It, like, physically hurts. To laugh in a situation like that, I couldn't even imagine having that level of sort of sociopathy.
It's honestly because when Clover grows up, I don't want her to see a digital footprint of me berating her father online. Something that Zach holds over my head is that somebody is going to attack him and Leah in front of Clover and traumatize her. So I want to make it very clear that I do not condone any violence to these people if you see them, because that is the one thing that he tries to hold over my head to get me to stop talking. Clover's well-being.
It's your fault, though. Like, Zach's, he's the one who did this. What are you talking about? It's like, by that logic, can he just do whatever the fuck he wants and you can't talk about it because then he'll get beaten up and your child's in danger? What a pussy. That's such scoundrel behavior. This guy fucking sucks, dude. To use your kid as, like, a means of defending himself from embarrassment online. Fuck you. I'd like to know if you reciprocate Zach's feelings from his text. I deserve to know what's coming and to prepare myself. No, all I wanted is for things to go back to normal. He's very convinced you're in love with him, are you? I need your honesty. He's very convinced you're confessing deep feelings for him, not me and him. He said you had more to say to him, but couldn't until you talked to me. What was that? He said if an ultimatum was proposed, you all would choose each other. I did not reciprocate that sentiment. So I need you to be very fucking honest with me because I don't know why else he would say these things to me. She tried to pin this all on Zach multiple times and it wasn't going in her favor, throwing him under the bus to save herself and our relationship.
When I caught you guys first, and Leah said, oh, well, this is an awkward situation. Haha.
That's because we already made a commitment to each other, and it's like, we were going to tell you in the morning.
That's really mean.
I know, I didn't want you to see it. I'd rather have told you in the morning.
What were you planning on telling me?
Is that real? If they've been doing it for that long, there's no way that was the first time that they were cheating. Really? You were going to tell her in the morning? I call bullshit on that one. I think no matter when they were caught, it would have just happened to be the next morning that they, like, were going to tell Megan about it. Zach wants to know if you feel 50-50 accountability for getting wrapped up in his fantasy. I'm sorry, I'm on the phone with him and he's, like, picking up that it feels like maybe you don't feel accountable for your actions and you feel like it's only because you felt his green light. And he's feeling like he's gotten the whole blame and he said he's feeling hung out to dry. I'm sorry, I'm just talking a lot to straighten this out. Oh, I'm sorry, it's just taking a lot to straighten this out. I really don't know what to do if he doesn't feel that way. Obviously, I am part of this and have accountability to this. I never said I didn't do anything wrong. I see where I went wrong. Do you think he should bear more of the responsibility? He said if he can't talk to you, I have to ask this. He took an oath, so in that regard, it should have stopped a long time ago.
I think so, yeah.
Okay. Well, we're still married. You guys are boyfriend and girlfriend. That's kind of twisted.
You say we're separated now.
It's just a couple more questions. I guess I know the answer. Are you interested in fixing our marriage?
No. Sorry.
Say it louder.
No.
You are not interested in fixing our marriage. You want to let me go, and you want to explore Leah.
Yes.
Because of what you and Leah did, so you guys get to ride off into the sunset. And this is what I did. I laid awake all night, didn't fall asleep alone. And that is going to be my life. So you can leave now.
I told you you're too charismatic and you're good looking. You're not.
I don't give a shit what.
Oh, God. There's no consoling. There's no consoling. Don't even oh, this is horrible. I feel so bad for her. I feel so bad for her. All the fake squalor about, oh no, you're a great girl. You'll find someone else easily. In fact, you'll probably find someone better than me. This is good for you that I'm leaving. I'm not good enough for you, is where he might have been going with that. Oh, man. Because even during amicable breakups where everything goes well, if you've been broken up with and it's like a serious relationship, you'll know that, especially if you live with them, like, you'll know the feeling of going to bed for the first time as a single person and like they're no longer there. Like, the same bed you slept with them every day for like, I don't know, the last few years, and they're just not there anymore. It's like, God, this is weird. Even if it's not necessarily a bad feeling, it's a weird feeling. I mean, a lot of the time for a lot of people, it's like when you do start seeing each other again after like a serious relationship that's gone on for that long and you have a fucking kid, then it's like nothing will prepare you for like the first, I don't know, your first hookup from that breakup, or even just the first date that you go on. Because it's like, man, I've had this whole life and now I'm completely starting from scratch with a stranger. I'm going from what should we name our second kid to what is your favorite color. Like, the effect that must have on someone mentally is indescribable.
I never want to hear her name again. She's blocked on everything and she's dead to me. I will never speak to her again.
Release that video publicly. Like, that gets really messy. You could ruin our lives.
Her apology, empty, fluff. No accountability.
She only apologized after Zach was telling me to try to be normal, and I let him know she didn't apologize to me yet at all. Zach told her to apologize.
The apology she gave me after she admitted that she had feelings for my husband and pitched a throuple that I did not agree to. Empty. Focused on her feelings. And this one comment said greed. She had it all and she wanted more. This is specifically something that Leah and Zach told me. She said, well, I'm an Aries moon. And once I get what I have, I want the next thing. She claims ignorance to skirt accountability, and it's worked for her this far. So she can come on and say her actions were disgusting and vile.
It's not gonna work for her this time. There's no shot. No one likes this woman anymore. Yeah, these are some screenshots and some evidence and stuff that we didn't see in that response video.
Now, these screenshots from Megan's story is rooting from one of Zach's family members. And one of his family members decides to tell people that Megan knew that she was being divorced and that Leah and Zach got together after the divorce happened. But clearly that's not true because Megan came with receipts. And of course, she's trying to respect everyone despite what she's been through because of her daughter. She wants to protect her child. But since Zach's family member has come on the internet to try to stir things up, she's trying to clear the air. Megan did say she blocked her mother-in-law, but that she still talks to her and that Clover still sees her, etc. But the screenshot of Leah, oh my God. I have nobody in my real life to talk about this with. We see why Leah's being extra quiet because Megan got them receipts, boo.
That screenshot is fucking insane. Is that them getting caught on the beach? Are they like in the middle of the act there? Or are they just like, I don't know, are they like get intimate, like cuddling or something and she's hiding her face because Megan's recording or something? Like, either way, it's fucked up, but that screenshot is insane.
MeganPlays posted Leah Ashe getting caught in bed with Megan's...
It's not the, it don't look like, it looks like sand, not a bed. I think that's on the beach that she got proposed on.
Like I said, I have nobody in my real life to talk about this with. Okay, so apparently this is Zach's uncle messaging somebody. And he says that he doesn't like the way that Megan is portraying this situation. And of course, he's trying to say that Zach never cheated on Megan. And I'm going to read a message. He goes, "It's still bad leaving your wife for her best friend after you just had a baby. I just want it to die down so they can be happy with no threats from people." And then he goes on to say that Megan is going to ruin her own business. Okay, so Megan says that she was physically cheated on October 6th of 2025. And then she says she has videos of Leah and Zach cheating on her, which she has not released to protect her daughter Clover. To me, this just seems like Zach's family member trying to get a little bit of clout off of this situation. Megan says that he knows the timeline, he sees the proof, the receipts, all of that, and he's just saying all of this.
Maybe it's not a clout thing. Maybe it's just Zach's family member genuinely trying to protect Zach because they, you know, love him, their family. I love Megan, but I don't like the idea of bringing it all online. Nah, fuck that. I think Megan is well within her rights to do whatever she wants with this information. Like, what happened to her was genuinely terrible. To force her to, like, bottle this all up and stuff. I'm not saying she needs to come out with every single particular thing about this story because there are other people involved, other innocent people involved, like her child, for example. But I've got not really any issue with the way that she's handled this. It's like Zach and Leah were big enough to do this to her. They should be big enough for people to know about it.
There were signs. He started caring more about what she wanted to do than what I want to do. He started caring more about what she wanted to eat than what I wanted to eat. He started caring more about what she thought instead of what I thought. There were very obvious signs. I thought, well, we're just also close so he cares. But in retrospect, I don't think think guys really give a shit about a girl that's not theirs, regardless of how close they are. For example, we're at the arcade. What do you want to do? What do you want to do? I said, what about what I want to do? He said, well, you speak up for yourself, so I don't need to ask what you want to do. Oh, well, she's all that we have, so I don't need to reassure you that you have me because you know you have me. He went and got some of my favorite cookies. He baked some of my favorite cookies. Didn't save any for me.
That's the worst one. That makes no sense. You get your girlfriend's favorite cookies and don't save any for her. I'm guessing you've told her that, like, you brought the fucking cookies over and you don't save any for her. That's crazy behavior. Like, this is the thing. Everything that she's listing out here would be horrible regardless of whether or not the cheating was actually taking place. In fact, prioritizing this other random girl over your own wife, even if they're not fucking, it could be considered a form of cheating by some people. And I wouldn't even necessarily blame them for it.
I had to go have a very emotional talk with somebody in my family. Didn't come to emotionally support me. There were signs. There were definitely signs. And I saw it coming like a train wreck that you just can't stop. You just had to watch it happen.
Yeah, and you were just hoping that it wasn't true.
He didn't just ignore me for like an hour. After I caught him and Leah, I was ghosted for 48 hours via text message. And then I didn't see him for over a week. So I was actually ghosted by my husband of 6.5 years. So when I say I have abandonment issues,
I can't see, obviously those text messages are blurry, but that, again, that's another situation where it's like the cheating's not even the relevant bit there. And obviously it is, but that's it's horrible regardless of the cheating. You can't ghost your fucking wife. If you have a friend or like a, I don't know, like a casual relationship and you message them and they ignore you for 48 hours, you can't really get fucking angry at that. But if it's your wife or husband, you're well within your rights to be fucking pissed off. This is apparently the video that Megan mentioned in the response where Leah's sort of throwing sly digs around her, or to her, or about her rather. Apparently it's at the 8-minute, 8-second timestamp, but this video is only 4 minutes and 42 seconds long. Is there like a part 2? No. Okay, so I'm not really sure what to do with this. All I can really tell you is that this is a really fucking... She's talking so strangely, and it is important to note that Megan did respond saying, yes, this is what it was in the comments, confirming that this was in fact the video. I will be stitching this later today to elaborate why this hurt me, she says. Let's have a look at that then.
And so on. I don't want to say too much. And we're surrounding ourselves with people that actually care.
So this is the Bye Felicia video that I was referencing in my YouTube video. You guys can go watch that if you want one. I don't know why she's talking like that. I think at the time Ariana Grande was very like Cat Valentine and very and so I think
I thought it gave old Ariana Grande vibes. I was fucking thinking that, but I didn't say it, and now I wish I did.
Her career has been like shape-shifting into people she admires. For example, whenever she very first started becoming a YouTuber, her branding was like Diva from Overwatch. Anyway, I'm not going to talk too much about that. I want to talk about why this hurt me. Basically, if you missed my video, which I don't think you did, she unfollowed me on Twitter, and then I saw this video and I was like, wait, what? People I'm leaving behind? And I clicked and I watched it, and I'm watching her say that she's leaving negative people and people who are bad for her, and she's surrounding herself with people who truly care. So I want to talk about my experience with Leah in that moment. I, along with Zach and a group of others, were in a group called Proper Idiots. Proper Dummies, Proper Life. If you were there, you were there. Her ex was in it, and then at some point, we decided maybe we should recruit Leah into it. But that comes with some caveats. Somebody would have to give up percent of the company. Somebody would have to sacrifice what they may or may not be making for her to join. We had a test recording with her, and it went okay. She was very shy. Granted, I was very shy at the time too, before I came into myself. And afterwards, her ex at the time did not want to be biased, so he was like, I'm not going to be a part of this conversation, and he exited the conversation. So me and Zach had a conversation, and he was like, I don't know, we'd have to like give up percent, and I was like, I really like her, I really want her here, and she can have some of my percent. I really, really want her here. I really want another girl in this group, because at the time I was the only girl amongst like 5 guys, and I was like, I really like her, and I really want her to be in this group. So I vouched really hard for her when nobody else did to join this group. I got her into this group, and I thought we had fun playing together. I think we did. I don't know. And then, like, there was specifically this one time where Zach was going down the line of people like, hey, if anybody has complaints, let me know. And he skipped over Leah. And I said, Zach, you didn't ask Leah. And he was like, oh, sorry. Hi, Leah. I thought your ex was speaking for you. And she was like, oh, no, but I don't have anything to say. That really hurt her because part of Leah's ego, her id, her psyche, is being not seen. There's been plenty of times where she's felt slighted by people if they didn't completely acknowledge her existence. And I'm talking about, like, if she didn't even know the person. Like, if somebody came up to a group of people that they know, all the people, and they don't know her, and that person's just kind of talking to the people they know, if that person wouldn't turn to her and be like, hi, who are you? I'm so excited to meet you. I'm so-and-so. She would feel snubbed and she would feel excluded.
This is like a level of such, it takes a lot to know this about someone. Like, you really have to be hanging out with them prolifically to understand this level of, like, their real personalities, if that makes sense. So it's never gonna be possible to fully communicate what Leah is like as a person from someone who knew her. You can tell these little stories and stuff and try to give an idea, but ultimately, like, the person that you have built up in your head in regards to this representation of Leah is impossible to translate through a screen in front of millions of people. That's about half the video. I don't want to watch the rest of it though. It's not too relevant, but you can go watch it on her page, of course, if you'd like to. She's also made quite a touching video thanking everyone for their support after the response video, which you can see in the response video. The comments are just filled with like YouTubers from that era talking about how they support her and stuff. And then you got Polar Cub here, Anything Alexia, Lizzie Noel, you got Creek Craft, whoever that is, 20 million subscribers. Jesus Christ, these people are big. And Lauren Z-side as well.
I wish I had the words to like thank you guys for the support. Like, I don't, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to cry, but like it really, I don't even do well when people like give me compliments. I can't even take real compliments from people in real life. And then people who say me they're funny, like I don't, like I don't know how to handle it. I'm very grateful. Thank you to everybody who says support. Like, I don't even have words to explain what it means. I don't know. Sorry. Like, it's, I don't want to cry. I don't want to cry. I mean, I'm already crying. It's too late. I wish I had a more eloquent way to express myself. But with stuff like this, I freeze. I don't know. Like, I just can't believe it. Thank you guys.
I can't afford it.
So yeah, it's good to know that she seems to be in a much better mood now after this whole thing is being reinstigated again, because it cannot be easy for her. It was so fucking traumatizing. I believe her when she says she wants to move on from this, because why would anyone want to dwell on something like this? She also made a second video with called PS Cringe I Know. This video is shot in vertical because it was originally only going to be on TikTok. It's her essentially just sort of thanking the audience for treating her the way that they have been with all the overwhelming support. She also sort of says that she doesn't want to chat too much shit about Zach because he's not actively trying to make a return publicly, and also because she doesn't want her daughter to see her, you know, sort of shit-talking their dad online when she grows older. Again, though, I don't need to show this whole video. It's a little repetitive. It's like very similar to the last one, but if you're interested, go show her some love for sure. There was also a wee TikTok story of a rumor that Leah was pregnant with Zach's second child. This post won't be up for long, but I'm in fact pregnant with Zach's second child, and I'm choosing to keep the baby. This is completely up to me and Zach. We would appreciate no hurtful comments going towards this baby. To which Megan said this. Not to be TMI, but Zach has a vasectomy and does not want any other children, so anytime you see something like this, it'll be fake lol. To clarify, Leah did not post this. It's just someone who wanted attention. Spreading false info about the situation is harmful, so please don't do that.
This is not true. I have never discussed getting a matching tattoo with Leah. We've never gotten tattoos together. All that we've ever done together is get those friendship bracelets. We never discussed getting matching tattoos. And when some of them started popping up, I was like...
Okay, so I guess that's another rumor dispelled with some amazing audio quality, of course. But obviously, we need to listen to the person who has the most... The opinion we've all been waiting for, quite frankly, because it is the most important part of this conversation, Leah's hair. Here's Leah's ex-hair stylist. This will be a great place to end the video, because you end with the best part. Me preparing for the MeganPlays / Leah Ashe documentary, because I am the hairstylist and actually do know all the tea. So now, the rumor, the thing we've all been waiting for, will finally be dispelled. Did Leah Ashe actually get her hair dyed red, or is it just brown and blonde? Who knows? Stay tuned to find out, I guess. But all that aside, hopefully, of course, you enjoyed the video. That's pretty much all I have to say about this situation. I got a lot of requests for it, so yeah, I'm glad to have gone through it with you all. If you enjoyed, be sure to like, subscribe, comment, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye!